We are ready to go. Got some more work to do today. Streamed a bit already today, got a little bit more work to do today, and then should be ready to... We should be getting some pretty big stuff out of the way today. Hopefully, some more big stuff. Because on the first stream, we got all of these tubes put in. These will be the warden tubes for the city district for now. Probably actually, I probably do need one right there now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's quickly just add that real quick. That won't take long. But we also, on top of that, got a whole lot of the commerce district stuff figured out for the basic start of it anyways. Ready to go for the more complicated part. So we got the animation part done, so we can have ingredients, the randomized ingredients be a thing, so that's gonna be cool. Then we figured out which ingredients will show, how they'll show on the tables. We also got figured out the balancing of all that. And then off camera, in my own time, I'm just gonna be slowly figuring out combinations to get those chains, all the chain of foods and ingredients that are available for that run. That I will be figuring out in my own time, and each one of those will represent a binary 1 and 0 of inside one packet, and I just have to randomize those packets with that thing, which we have already used for over there in the card processor. We also got, well, actually no, I believe that is all we did on the first stream today, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it knocks out some pretty major parts of the game that I don't have to worry about now. Because these tubes allow me to now just put in wardens, and I just have to add in the redstone to launch them up and down, so without any worries. On top of that, I just have to do... Then on top of that, with the commerce district, we knocked out probably the most annoying part, which is the part that is probably that you would use the most brain cells. I'm gonna be honest, for the commerce district in terms of the basic mechanics for the game. That being the fact that we needed to figure out how we were gonna show those ingredients. I didn't have to do it, but I figured it'd be cool. It'd be cool mechanic to have. Cool feature, rather, not mechanic. Cool feature to make the runs more fun for the runners. I'm debating. Well, not so much debating. I still have to figure out how exactly the runners are gonna get the ingredients, like to do, because the way it works is about half of them you can get from machines, like interactive simulating machines, and then the other half will be from trading, probably through NPCs, or possibly just like digging through empty abandoned stalls for leftover scraps. That's the other idea. That is the other way I'm thinking about going. I think probably gonna do both at the end of the day, in all transparent and complete transparency. But yeah, now we need to figure out this again. So I'm going to be now that I have this one set up over here, I also need to set up some for right here to tell the game that we need that the player is in this specific sub-district of the part of the district. The reason for that is because the city district is actually one really big district that can be split up into 3 distinct districts if I so wanted to. So we have the new city, which is right here. Like this is like the living complex of the city. Lots of areas to live, places you can trade if you so wanted to. And of course that's then connected to the second part of the district, which is the commerce district where you can get your food. And then the third one is actually over here, which is the market district, which is where all the businesses are. This is no one's really living over here unless you're homeless. I'm gonna be honest. Alongside this means I have to figure out, I need to make sure I can detect when a player is in each sub-district, because of how big each district is standalone, it allows me to figure out if you are, what's it called? If you are in that sub-district or not. And the reason for that is so I can spread out correctly in a fair way my hazard machines, my catastrophe machines. Because each district will hold catastrophe machines. But because, again, this is such a widespread area, it's gonna be easy, it'll be more fair and easier for me to separate it into 2 districts. So there's the market district, the market city district, and then there's the living city district. And by splitting those 2 up, we can figure out which district the player is in, and again, due to their size, it's more fair if I just split up the catastrophe machines in their respective sub-districts of the whole city district. Because the commerce district is actually a standalone district, that sub-district that doesn't actually have to worry, I don't have to worry about detecting whether you're in it, so to say. Rather, I'm just going to be detecting if you are, if you're in here or not, and if you're in here or not. Because if you're in here, this is basically just saying, okay, so you're in a safe place for now until you leave. That's all I have to do at this current state of moment. So, moving forward, I do have to figure out how I'm going to do the 32 block thing for the transition from the living district to the commerce district. And I'm thinking the best course of action would probably just be tossing the commerce district one like in here, probably, more than likely. Because there's only one way to get in, which is on the ground floor, on the very bottom floor. And that's the only entrances I actually have to worry about. Which means I just need one right here. Let's grab some of orange concrete. I just need one to go right here and spread out that safely. Somewhere around here, roughly. No, probably a little further. Yeah, right here. That's probably good. Then on top of that, we need to put one over here because the other entrance is right here. Yeah, right here. Right here. So 32 blocks is probably going to be roughly around here. Give or take. And that also means we actually have to move this one further a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. And now we actually have to do the old boring thing. Hey, Raps, Collian? That's what I'm gonna go with. Correct me if I'm wrong. Raps calling it. This is a game in Minecraft called Decked Out. Raps works. Okay, cool. But yeah, Raps. This is a game called Decked Out in Minecraft, all vanilla. I am not the original creator of this series of game. The original creator is Tango Tech from Hermitcraft. He did this back in season 9 of Hermitcraft in survival. Yes, Tango. I am simply a fan, a big fan. And I've actually made one before, one that fully works and was completed. I'm just doing a second one because one, I want to do another one because I want to make a much better one and do better than what I did in my previous one. But also, I found out around the same time I wanted to start this next one that Tango was doing his third one. So, or about was planning on doing a third one officially. And this is just kind of, this is the result of me doing that so far. Oh, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I don't have alerts. I do not stream often enough to. I should set up alerts at some point, but I always forget, and I never find something that I like, sadly. But thanks again for the follow. But at the moment, I am trying to figure out the distance for these player detectors. These have a 32 block radius, and I just gotta figure that out. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I would, if you're really interested in the redstone, I would go to his, obviously there's some videos out there that do basic breakdowns of some of the systems in the game, but also just watching his VODs and also his progression videos on his main channel are great. I'm figuring on wanting to learn what the systems do. Just a little bit. Yep, you'd be correct. There's indeed some binary decoding. I take it you're familiar with binary to some degree, considering that's what you got it from. Yeah, a little bit. Fair. It's awesome. Not very often you run into people who can do that. Just a rando schnazzle. It's always nice. It's always cool and fun. But yeah, doing some binary decoding and encoding to have packets of data for my card processing. But then there's actually some other systems that are quite similar in that aspect that we'll also be using it for. The biggest use is just having hard-coded, yes, card processing. So, Decked Out is a dungeon crawler, deck building, roguelite, treasure hunter, roguelite. And the deck building aspect requires us having to make a full-on card processor. And in the original, in Decked Out 2, the one that started this kind of style, but also my first one, we had cards, and the cards were pretty basic. They were, I'd say, even more basic than most card games that would ever go. More very static, not very hard to understand. This next one I'm doing though is far more complex. I'm trying to implement aspects of tabletop card games, so like from Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, Slay the Spire, Balatro, games like that, like games like those. That's essentially what that does, and that's why I need to do binary encoding and decoding, because there is a lot of attributes to save per card. and unpack per card. Noise. Yeah, randomization with binary is a very intuitive method, in my opinion. Very good method. Very simple. Oh, I lost my armor stand. I need my armor stand back. There we go. Nope, I'm still in range. Crazy. Okay. Maybe we only need one. That'd be awesome if we only need one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but speaking of the card processor, once I'm finished doing all of these player detector stuffs, that's actually what I'm planning on working next. I need to add in a schedule handler, a second one, a smaller one. That way we can run every operation of the card processor in order correctly. Because I think it's split into 3 main parts. The first part is just organizing the cards into what cards will be shuffled into a shuffle pile and which ones will not be shuffled. Because there's an attribute that actually checks that we need to check for that does that. Then after that, after those preliminary checks, we do another sort of checks where we actually start unpacking the data, and then that's when the complicated processing handles like 3 to 4 different attributes. Then after that is the final process where we process the outputs of all of those. No, Tango did. And he's going to do it in the next one as well. What you gonna do about it, Emmy? Welcome in. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's rapscal. I'm such an idiot. English. You can tell English is my first language. Rapscallion. There we go. Sorry. Anyways. Yeah. Tango did do card processing. That's the whole purpose of Decked Out. Now, again, in Decked Out 2, it wasn't as complicated as that. But his current one, Decked Out 3, is probably also not could be as complicated as that. But it will be far more complicated. Yes, he's doing that he's doing binary stuff in his new one. I don't know if it's out of ease to make it easier, to make it faster, to get all the redstone signals sent correctly and whatnot. But yeah. No, Tango definitely has it in him to do it. I will admit, we both will admit that we are not knowledgeable or smart enough to really create the logic to make the encoder and decoder like that. But what we can do is the rest, the more annoying part, which is actually connecting all the big systems together. And then getting the order down correctly to make it all run in the way we need. And to do exactly what we need. That needs to be something else. What was I using over here again? Right. So it sends a signal into one of these. Okay. So Tango's will obviously be on the Hermitcraft server, like usual. Mine is, however, a single player world that I work on in my own time. Nothing really. The only reason is because I don't want to do this in survival. 2, I can do this in my own time and I can take as much time as I may need. 3, it's not really server ready until for quite a while. Oh, that's fun. It probably won't be server ready for another year, at least. Because at the moment, my goal is to get it close enough to at least start doing pre-alpha testing, which is just getting all the basic systems in place and then doing some basic runs through just the city district. So this portion and also the Forgotten Village, these two districts plus where I'm at right now, the Commerce District, the sub-district, the Commerce District. Those are really the only places I want people to start testing for now, so I can kind of get an idea of how it's all going to feel. And if I need to make any changes before I move any further. Is this out of range? Oh, let's go. Okay. Perfect. So we probably want it to start as soon as we get into here, so probably we need to move this around a little bit. Right here, me here. Nope. Oh, there goes my armor stand again. Ah, no, I need that. There we go. Oh, where'd that go? What? 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 Huh? Okay. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, I am on YouTube. I have been slowly uploading VODs and whatnot so I can keep progress of this. Because the first one I didn't feel comfortable doing that because I was freehand. I was kind of just going with the flow the entire time. This time I have things planned out where I can, you know, stream it and feel alright with making mistakes. But yeah. And I think it's big to the point where it's worth keeping on record like that. But again, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. I'm kind of surprised you found it, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I make it easy. In what sense? Like just are you talking logistics? Are you talking just ideas? Because there's a lot of different ways that can be answered. Because overall the original idea, like both all okay. Because in general, the idea of decked out as a whole is always going to be back to Tango, because this is just a fan-made project. That'll never change. What's different is how I decide to vary my systems compared to his systems, because decked out you can do decked out very different ways while keeping the original idea intact. This has been proven actually by what I did, because in his first one he did a dynamic timer where it was based off of a fun counter where if you did a certain amount of things after a long time, after periods of time, you would slowly lose time. Mine was actually on a preset clock, which added a lot of new variables, but at the end of the day it still worked. Now for this next one, our next ones, I would say overall it's probably about a 30 to 40% similarity, only because logistically we have done the same thing. This was not, and this wasn't planned. Like I was brainstorming this stuff before he announced it, and as he's been announcing things, like it's been pretty closely to the same. There's only been a few differences here and there where he's either thought of something really cool that I didn't, or I did think of something like that, but I chose not to go that route, and I went down a different route. But in the end would still accomplish the same goal, just in a different way. Um, and again, this whole card processor, the complexities of this, I have not heard of SOAR. No. What is SOAR? Educate me. I think. Oh. Summer of Awesome Red Sun. It's a competition. Very okay. Oh wait, hold up a minute. Oh wait, is ads over? I know when ads are over, and I'll answer that. I may have actually heard of SOAR, and it might be the thing I am thinking of. I just didn't know it was called SOAR. Welcome back. All right, I might have actually. Who, may I ask, who is making the competition? Who's running the competition? Is it by chance Crafty Masterman and a few other big names? Yep. Yep. Okay, yeah, I have heard of it. Okay. Funny thing, one, I didn't realize it was called SOAR. Or I did. I forgot. I only remember it as a competition. That's all I remember. A Crafty Masterman competition. That's all I remember it as. I'm gonna be honest. Two, yes, I was actually planning on doing that. I was gonna do that. Specifically this. Only this. The game as a whole, it's not that interesting to do. But this would be fun. However, I need to figure out if I'm gonna do this as a whole, because the rules do say it has to be an original idea. The only issue is this is combining some very big systems that aren't original, but when it all comes together as one total design, it is original. Yeah, again, it's discrepancy. It's these kind of discrepancies I'm gonna ask about. Because at the end of the day, I'll probably just submit it, because like if I what's it called? If I can't submit the entire thing into the competition, I do have something I could submit, which is just the processing logic of it, and then the rest you don't really need. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I just gotta get it running before the time is up. Just gotta get it fully functional. Well, I guess technically it doesn't even have to be fully functional. I just have to explain it well enough. I just have to persuasive jutsu well enough. one issue with that month and a half is I have a full-time job. So, but in theory, I should have, I should still have enough time, but yeah, you know, things happen. Yeah, especially like when it's a 1 to 10, so when you get home, you have less brain juice than you would typically. But I still think I should have plenty of time. I should be fine. Should. Keyword should. Oh, let's go. And just move this over one block then. And it's also a more physical job, so even more energy out the wazoo. About 3 blocks. Try 4 blocks. Come on. Come on, be in range. No, I just need you to be in range. I don't want to have to do a second one. If I could just make this all and work with one, I would be greatly happy. Extremely happy. Yes. Wait. Yes. Okay. Just gotta move it one more block. I might have to do 2. Unfortunately for me. I will admit, at the end of the day, when I do end up submitting this, it's gonna be 50% explanation. It's gonna be like, no, not even 50. It's gonna be like 70 to 80% explanation and like 20% show and tell. So like, even if I don't get it done, it's not like it's gonna be the make it or break it, because it can work. Yeah, I'm sure it would. Well, I mean, I know it's fine because Mr. Crafty Man himself stated in the rules, on record, that as long as you can, it could be something that you just are really happy about, and you just want to talk about it and explain how it connects to you. That's all we want. That can also work. And funny enough, this actually does implement two different real world ideas, stuff, things that I actually have and get to eventually study in uni / continue studying. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, I need to make 2. Gosh darn it. We were so close. Alright. So make 2. Sad. Depresso. Burp. Burp. Okay. Yes. 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 Although I would say probably move it back 1 block. Just because we are only 2 blocks into the entrance when that happens. Perfect. Tester again. I know this is really some exhilarating content I'm showing. Perfect. Let's go. Okay, because I just need those there. The rest we can figure out as we go. Oh no, I need that. I need that there. I need to copy it. There we go. Here? Question mark? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, height thing as well. Right. I forgot about that. It'll be fine. It should be fine. It should. Keyword should. Oh, wait, no. Shit, no, it won't. Darn. Alright, so where are you at? 42. Right. Okay. Gotta bring these down a few notches, because otherwise those are gonna go off when we enter... Oh, wait, no, it don't matter, because these are so far out. Because I'm, like, scraping the edge with that one already. Yeah, okay, no, that doesn't... No, those don't matter. It's gonna be these that do matter when I place them. These locations will matter. Probably. More than likely. Right here, and then try here. Let's try right here. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so that's still going. Gotta move it around a little further. I'm debating, do I want this to go like here or over here? Probably here, closer to here. I'm thinking probably like right here. That seems logically correct to me right now. Winificating. Alright. Let's see if I measured that out correctly. So right now it should be off. Yup. Still off. Nope, you're still off. Okay. So we gotta bring you back like 4 blocks. Cool. I was pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Oh, yeah. That should be good. Oh, my armor stand. Off. Off. Oh, wait. Okay, off. Oh, too far. I went too far. So you're on when I reach here, so I need you still a little further back. Like another 4 blocks, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of curiosity, do you know binary from like schooling or self-research or just Minecraft? Rapscallion. One block. Fair enough. Very cool. Very, very cool. Hmm. Also, also fair. Completely understandable. Well, it's cool that you still get to use it in some way, shape, or form. And there's always more room to learn more about it if you ever chose. So there's also that, which is also nice. So I take it you're big into computational redstone to some degree. Oh, no, that also makes sense. Well, unironically, storage tech is very. There's a lot of similarities with storage tech and um, computational slash integrated redstone, embedded redstone. It's very similar to databases, where rather it's similar to databases within a piece of technology. So it's a form of it is a form of embedded system that you are designing. Hmm. Sounds fun. For the slot machine, are we talking? I'm assuming it's like a pretty decently large scale, or or at least Minecraft player, a little bit bigger than Minecraft player size, if I had to guess. And what kind of maze stuff, if you don't mind explaining? I know that might be a lot to type, though, potentially. Hey, Moonfeather, how's it going? Oh, fair enough. Okay. Mhm. Hmm. Yeah, I could imagine. That's what I was kind of think. That's kind of what I was thinking. It was when you said it. It's usually how it is, typically, when making anything Gamba related with redstone. Awesome. That's good to hear, Feather. I'm doing all right. Been busy, getting work done. Been some changes around the game. Not big, but well, not big visually, but big in terms of future work. Ah, very cool. Very cool, Rapscallion. Yeah, some very good projects for sure. Let's see. So now that we've added the player detectors for what I need for right now, it is time to start working on the schedule handler for the deck for this card processing stuff. Yippee me. Thankfully for me, I got most of the annoying logic out of the way. It's just getting the order down and making sure everything works correctly. I'm gonna make a very smart but quote answer to that. Yes, by technicality, I'm always doing that, but right now, it's I would say also yes. Right now, though, we are currently just trying to figure out. We have all of the systems in place. We just have to figure out the order that they all get correctly activated, because it follows an order of operations, so to say. And if one thing goes out of line, then, well, we start getting incorrect outputs very fast. And very, very wrong outputs at that. Or things just break in general. One of the two. And neither is really what I want. Alright. Now let's go ahead and connect this up. Oh, the instant wire, all the instant repeaters, how lovely fun. So the first thing we need is we need to I need to modify. Actually, no, before we can do any of this, I need to actually add another system over here, which is this. So here, and then we need to add a counter of sorts that draws this. What exactly do we need? I need to activate you. Let's go ahead and move you out a block. Let's move you here. Let's move this here. No, it is not. My decoder is the generic, basically. Well, I mean, it's quick enough. It takes 3-ish seconds to get to all the way to the very end of it. So that I don't mind doing, because I have an entire 2 to 2.5 to 3 minute time frame to do everything I need, which should be a big enough time frame in theory. We need to do brain to brain. How do I want to do that? Which way do I want to code it? Not to code it. Which way do I want to send it out? Probably just doing it that way. Like this. And then we just need you. And then input system, input screen, input start green. Yeah. Okay. Tempting to put the schedule handler somewhere else. No, it has to go all the way out here. Never mind. It has to go out that way. I'm realizing I need to move this out to go this way. And another thing with this, I just remembered. Part of the reason I went this route is because I have 100 cards to have. I have 100 cards to save worth of data to save. So if I did it a more instant way, I believe this would be about 10 times longer and bigger than what we have here. Would it be instant? Yes. But at the expense of size. Large, very, very large size. I'm just not realizing this. Well, then I don't know it. This is my first time ever doing binary stuff with the decoder stuff. I know logic in real life. I don't know the best implementations for Minecraft. We can actually save a block here. Okay. Yeah. So this is the line that says we're ready. We are finished with it. We need to start a new draw. We draw the card, yeah, and then this allows us to draw the card. Right. I'm realizing that we can't do that one because then we just have a constant clock going. Don't want that. Definitely don't want that. So instead, we just do a little bit of maneuvering. Yep. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. Now this allows us to keep this going without any issues. So, yeah, this sends a signal to do that, and then we need a line that says. Wait, nah, it's fine. So now we need a line that says to add to this. We'll just do stone. It'll be fine. Because we can do 6 cards in total. By default, it should always do 3 when the initial draw starts. And then any excess ones we need to send from underneath. Do I got room? Would it be better if I just said? Probably be better to go this route, I think. Do I run? No. Okay, we're good. And we could just send this directly underneath. Perfect. Well, no, I don't like it underneath because if I do end up doing instant repeaters, that becomes an issue. So we're gonna move this one over a block. I could do it. I could just drop that down one block, but this will make my life easier as well for when I actually end up connecting it over there in the long run. It's not so it's not exactly the worst thing that I'm doing here. Nope, I didn't copy it. Perfect. Okay. That might become that's probably gonna become instant wire at some point, but this works for now. Just so I can get a visual. A visual. Yeah, so we need a state for when the game initially starts, and then that one should all permanently be turned off until every single card has been processed, and then we send a signal at the end of that. Say we're done, so we need to then also pull another signal from here, from right here, saying yeah, so this signal here does that. And the purpose for this extra signal is to check the state of said spent dropper in right here, such that if this is on, you don't send a signal, but then whenever it does turn on, it resets the entire. Yeah, so when this has stuff in it, that means cards are being processed. But once that's empty, then we start the next one. Then we go ahead and go next. Let's move this out one more, two more, three more, three more. This as well. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So that's set up. Next, we need to probably figure out the order over here on the schedule handler. I believe is the next course of action. So now that we have a way to figure out, to say the game is, to tell the game that the cards are being processed, and then when the cards are done processing, then we need to figure out what that in-between area is. So first we need to say card 1 is being played. A card, sorry. It doesn't have to be card 1, card 2, number. That doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about what count it is. We just gotta matter if there's a card in being processed. So we need to process one card at a time, and once that one card is processed, then we are able to move on to the next card. I'm just gonna write this. I'm just gonna sign it. I'm signing signs for the win again, for like the 100th time, per usual. So, card, draw, start, and state. Then we go to check first card. Check the first card, and then no, check one card at a time. Okay. Yeah, so we need to figure out a way to tell the game when part one of that processing is done. AKA that is done. I think that actually does it all on its own as well, for the most part. I just need a in-out telling the schedule handler that that's happening. I believe that's how that I've designed this to work. I think I could be wrong. Or maybe instead it just automatically keeps checking each card. Gotta think about that, because I might have to make some changes in the system to make this work. Because we have the overall reset, and then check card 1, check next card. So instead of this incrementing by default, or no, instead this just needs to connect up to the inline, which is to send to increase the next card. That's all we have to do. Yeah, okay. Dun 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 dun. This should be good. Perfect. This one will probably just not be in. This will be just a solid signal since it's so short. Is there any other way that this could possibly increment to the next one? If this is on, because both of those go out that way. Saying to increment that. Yeah, okay. And that should continuously keep incrementing until we run out of either cards to check, or until no, it should just be cards to check. Yeah, should just be cards to check. So next we need to connect the system to send an overall output. Well, actually no, before that we need to send the input to reset the register each time that does the thing. Yes, so yes and no. So at the beginning at the very beginning of everything, they will be given a starter deck of probably 3 to 5 cards, right? But with it being a roguelite, at the end of each win, and only when you win, you have a chance to obtain a new card. Why is it a chance? It's because either you don't have enough scrap, which is a currency to buy a new card, or the card that you wanted won't show up. You can still get a new card, but it won't be the card that you want. But if you ever lose, that means you won't ever get the opportunity to buy a new card. And you always once you get a new card, it's permanently back with you when you exit the dungeon, and then you do a new run, you can put it in or keep it out or whatever. That's where the deck building aspect comes in. Okay, so this sends a signal, and then we need to do, and then this same signal also sends a signal to reset these. And then we can do a button right there. Cool. Would because what we already have, yeah, okay. Just figure out where everything goes in terms of power. It's fine. Okay. It's a bit, the whole thing with cards is a bit confusing unless you see how it actually works. That's one of the issues with Tactile as in general. Like, there's literally nothing you can do until you see it and or play it for yourself to experience what all happens. It's very much a experience-based game than a game you can just learn from reading instructions. You do need a very interactive tutorial for it to work, to learn quickly, or have prior experiences from other games that could make it somewhat understandable. Somewhat. Let's just not overthink this. Well, actually, no. Technically, we can just go all the way. Oh, hold on. No, we can't do this. Well, we could. It probably would be fine, but I just get take precautions just to be safe. Because I like to be safe than sorry. Okay, that sends a signal there to say that runs that. It's a lot. I got some crazy Christmas colors going on right now. Then this should all automatically start running again, all on its own for the next processes until we run out of cards. Probably don't need that delaying thing right there, since it's gonna take so long to process each card individually. But we'll keep it there just for prosperity. And then this is a hierarchical reset right here. This is a hierarchical reset. This is at the end of when all the cards have been processed, we then finally send an output, a final output. Say these exact cards are the cards that want to get played, and that will happen when we run out of cards, which happens when this turns off. Simultaneously send, so this will send, so this, we actually don't need this here. We don't need this line at all. We instead just connect it to here. It'll most likely be this. Cool. Now we need to, because what? Wait, hold on. I just make sure everything. Wait, do a quick recap before we move on. So this sends a signal for how many cards are going to be played. No, sorry. I'm an idiot. This is the initial start condition. This is the initial start condition. This is also part of the initial start condition. This starts the amount of cards that are being played at the current time. Then this is the reset to tell the game we are completely done with this section, the first part of the card processing. We are done with the first part of card processing. To then which we need to come down here to the second part, because once that sends the cards down, that goes, they all start flowing down one at a time in accordance, and they go in here. Yeah, they go in the correct slots that they should, while simultaneously saying to turn on the slots that in accordance. Yeah, this is hierarchical reset, which we need to connect to this top one up here as well. Which I'm thinking we just do something like this. And then we just do some wall stun to connect it all down to one wire. Perfect. Oh, that was almost real bad. That was almost really bad. That was almost really, really bad. Okay. And I suppose I should also say this: with the cards, the cards do make you make the players stronger. With it being a roguelite, that's how they get more power to progress further into the game, into higher difficulties. Yeah. And they essentially just manipulate attributes in the game that allow them to get rates of certain things spawning and slash dropping in the game faster, or protecting the runner themselves from bad attributes from affecting their run, either physically or affecting their time left in the run, to make it go better, go smoother. That's essentially all it is. But again, easier to say than actually, easier to learn from experience than actually understand from words being gibbered out. And I'm realizing now that this actually has to go upwards. See, this is why I am not a professional. I am quite the opposite of a professional at this stuff. I also gotta figure out if we're gonna do it. We probably should do instant wire in all transparency. Mm. Probably. At the same time, it all connects to the same thing, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Because if we do instant wire, right, it's gonna be hard to push that signal upwards unless we just have like a thing back here. But then that does it does the same thing anyways. It doesn't change anything different. And it also means I'd have to make two separate wires for that. And the thing is, this is all like at the very end, so I don't think it's the biggest deal to do this. Gotcha. No problem. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the sub and follow again. There we go. Debating if I want to just connect it up here. Maybe. Yeah, I guess this is probably the way I want to do this. For now. For now. Alright. Yeah, this goes around here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Wow, we've already been alive for an hour and a half. Crazy. Crazy work. Wild work. Let's extendo armor these out to here. Okay, perfect. This does that. Let me just quickly. Well, no, we can't do that. This just sends us log 30 into a counter down there. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, moving on to the next process then. You. Pretty sure though, this all kind of does everything it needs to do on its own. The only thing we need to do is make sure when the game is ready to send the final card, that's all we have to do for this. And then of course the hierarchical reset, which entails first we need to say, actually is there anything for actually sending the final cards? Because after checking each card, right, it should, in theory, it should just check every single card, and then once we hit certain, once that overflows, once this thing overflows, it sends a signal out to here, out to here, which then plays every single card. And then, yeah. Oh, hold on. That doesn't work though, does it? Because we do that, right? Because like, let's say this, right? Boom, goes. Let's say we had 3 cards. Boom, goes. Oh, darn, it doesn't go. Alright, so we need a different way to send these cards. Maybe it's just, wait, is there a way to reset it? Is there a way to, because like, let's say all 3 of these cards made it through the first processing. We need another way to figure out whether a card goes or not. I'm thinking, oh, welcome in, Links. I know, second stream of the day, crazy, isn't it? Also realizing that cannot be these cannot be single ticks, they need to be full ticks. There we go. And then, oh wait, no, that wasn't the issue. It's because these are state driven, not. Yes, Feather, indeed. 2 in 1 day. You are currently watching the second one of the day. I got a decent amount of work done on the first one. Let's see. However, I think with ads coming in, I'm going to with ads coming in about 5 minutes, I'm going to take a quick 10 to 15 minute break, and I will be back in a few moments. Alright, I am back. I feel refreshed and ready to continue. Hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, so this tells us if there's an empty slot, just increment by default. But is there a way to just just send a signal to do the thing? That's what I need. Thank you. Appreciate it, Links. Hmm. Hmm. But is there a way to just because I'm trying to debate, do I want to discard by default or do I want to play by default? Right? Because I'm realizing I still have to actually organize that to pick which one I'm doing for which. Because if I discard, because like if we had this one fit in the scope, this one didn't fit in the scope, and we never even checked this one. If we did this, then it just plays all of them. Darn. Okay. So this system goes out to Wesley right here. Hmm. Oh wait, hold on. Let's try it. Yo, that's pretty close. Instead, we just have to play the ones that do fit in the scope. So if this goes up, if the counter goes up, and if the counter goes up, and we are saying, yeah, no, because this just discards all of them at once. That's actually correct. We just need to figure out which one. We just gotta add a system that plays the ones that do need to get played. And in all transparency, that would probably be the most efficient, only because it'll take time for the cards to process. So maybe I change this from instant to a delayed one where like it does a counter, right? Because it'll take a minute for it to process the one card. It'll take about 10 to 15 seconds to do all that processing. Yeah, okay. So, because by the time this is all done counting and checking, then it will probably have been finished, which means we can do, yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually, no, because it's only gonna take one, because some of these will only take like 3 energy, and that takes no time to count. So, bang. If you go, if all your energy goes, And on top of that, if the energy goes and what else? What else? What else? So we need to have a way to know which slot is being active at that time. Mm. Gotta think of. Let's grab some glass and then we'll probably just have to do. Just send a signal underneath. If you're on and this goes off. This tells the game that so maybe we do this instead. The top ones get released through this. Yeah. And then oh, we're so close. I have something functional. That's a lot of target blocks. Holy cow. Alright. Unsure. What I do know though is we're probably just gonna kill all that. Bring you over here. And do that. Might even drop it down. Bit low. Probably. Yeah, let's just drop it down. Which actually means we can bring this back to where it was. So, okay, let's just do this. Easier. Now that we know what we're gonna do. Perfect. Okay. Now, if we are to send a signal, right? How does this actually tell the game which? Right? That is kind of the issue at hand. So maybe instead of an all-in-one signal like this, we need to separate it out. Yeah, no, we have to. Not an if. That's not what if. We do have to do that. And then this sends a signal across here, under here, and then let's grab some snow. Because in theory, nope. There we go. That go? Oh, yeah, it did. Holy cow, it worked. Oh my gosh, it worked. Oh, that worked so okay, it worked perfectly. Heck yeah. Okay, that was quick. That was quick. All right. That was really quick. Holy cow. What the heck? All right. Awesome. Just grab a head. We'll toss that at the end instead of a slab. Oh, nope, never mind. Hmm. Fence? Or maybe a bar. Bar. No. Wall. Wall me. And then yeah, that should we do that top of it. That should guarantee every time that goes in there. Okay. Don't like how close that is. I don't like that at all. Hmm. Darn. Okay, that's fine. What can we use to center you? I wonder. Trapdoor? Trapdoor might be able to move, actually. Oh, shelves! A shelf! Yes! Wait, does that work how I think it works? Well, we might. We either found something that works or something that will do quite the opposite. Just gonna hope it does work how I think it works. Oh, heck yeah. Yes, it works. What happens if we remove the snow, though? I wonder. It does become inconsistent. I think the snow is probably the move. And then, yeah, that should work. And I guess if we really want to be safe, we could just do this. Yeah. We really want to be safe about it. I'm extremely paranoid about it. We can do that. And then we can remove that, and then we can do. We can actually. I like the I like the shelf. It's funny. The shelf is funny. Oh, here it goes. There it is. Oh, that is fast. Oh, that was fast. Holy cow. I suppose there's a reason why I was using it. It is speed. Holy cow. Alright, cool. That works now. Um, do yeah, because now we can just connect this all up correctly. Where if that is on, right, then we say if this and this are both on, sends a signal to play that card. Right? I think, yeah. Yeah, wait, no. If this, and if so, what if we just did it holds a signal then instead? Where if that is on, is that enough room? No, it's not. I suppose we could just do this, and then we run it underneath. And then if we run out, but also if at the same time this is hitting this limit, this needs to turn it off. Shut the system off, essentially. What this has to do. Thinking maybe probably just pistons here as well would be the most ideal. Like so. And this sends a signal to here. A tick should be long enough to send a correct signal, I would presume. Because it needs to send the signal here, which is the game. We can do this. Perfect. Then, oh wait, wrong line. I connected this to the wrong line. Whoops. This line just goes to this line. then we need to delay this just a hair longer. Just to be safe. And then copy this. And then this sends a signal down to up to there, right? We're done. I've done it. And I just gotta hook up this reset here. To up here. Indeed, yay. Hope y'all got hit by it right as I got that part done. Crazy. Crazy work. Try what I want to. Probably gotta finish connecting all of this together. And then, yeah. Actually, this just has to be a single signal, so we can just do Wallstone for this one. Yeah. Would it be more? Probably. It'd probably be cleaner if we just connected it through there. Yeah. Then we need to grab some walls. Grab a quick pair of walls. Pistone acquired. And then just need to connect these through here, through here, through here. Perfect. Perfect. Yep, because that's all connected to there. And then whatever cards get played will be sent down to here, and then I believe that is everything for that part, and then the rest is just connecting it up to the scheduler handler. I think that's it. Let's go. Let's see, anything else I want to do then on stream today? Because I think the schedule handler I'll do off stream. I think that's it. I think that's all for today, for the day. I got a lot done today between the two streams, and then even off camera today. While I was off camera, started adding a little bit of detail here to get some of this done out of the way. Still gotta do the last half of those roofs. We're good. Got the tubes out of the way, got some player detectors set up, got everything I think I needed to do today. I believe anyways. Yeah. I would call that a successful stream. Successful day of streams, rather. I think I'm gonna call it there. Gonna see if there's anyone I want to raid. Oh, I know who to raid. Yeah, we'll raid them. Yeah, they rated me a few streams ago, and good friend, pretty good friend. Yeah, we'll go say hi to them, Casanova. Go say hi to her. Oh, I typed it in wrong. I typed it in wrong. Oh dear. Yeah. Right? Oh, that's where I went wrong. There we go. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and raid Cassie. Thank you again for all y'all for joining in. Shout out to Rapscallion for the follow and sub on my channel on both my YouTube and Twitch. And thank you for you, Feather, and Lynx, if she's still here, for joining in and hanging out. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah.